Let them know who you are one more time.
Darrell Reeves, New York Jets.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is JR, and you are checking out the Sport Brief. Now, I'm sure that over the past week, if you've been paying attention to some news, you've heard about Torri Hunter of the Angels, and then some guy named Milton Bradley, who's a former Chicago Cub, who now plays in Seattle. And that's a hell of a name, by the way. Milton Bradley. They might as well have named him like Toyota Lexus or something, or Lexus Toyota. Bottom line is, blacks in baseball. Where are they? What's going on? What's the deal? How come there are about, Major League Baseball, 8% black guys? I mean, why is it dominated by Latino players and white players? And then whoever else makes it up. Now, anyway, I'm going to let you guys know what Torri Hunter had to say, and I'm going to give you my opinion on this. People see dark faces out there, and the perception is they're African Americans. They're not us. They're imposters. Even people I know come up and say, hey, what color is Vlad Guerrero? Is he a black guy? And I say, come on, he's Dominican. He's not black. And I paraphrase a little bit. As African American players, we have a theory that baseball can go and get an imitator and pass them off as us. It's like they had to get some kind of dark faces. So they go to the Dominican or Venezuela because they can get them cheaper. It's like, why should I get this kid from the south side of Chicago and have Scott Boras represent him and pay him $5 million when you can get a Dominican guy for a bag of chips? Now that is from the mouth of Torri Hunter. And I changed a few words in there. I put a guy in there when I should have said man. Anyway, Torri Hunter, here's some advice from another black guy. Be quiet. Stop. Don't talk. You know, you're running yourself into trouble. Regardless of your intentions, the fact that you even compared it, you know, paying some black guy in Chicago $5 million and saying you can get a Dominican for a bag of chips, you know what? You're kind of right in what you're saying. You have a point, but you don't go about making it in that manner, in that way. Why? Because now you sound like everybody else. You sound like the angry black guy. And why aren't there blacks in baseball? Quite simply, because over time, people have become disinterested. There really isn't anywhere for where black people grow up, in my opinion, in most places, to go and play baseball. There's such an interest in basketball and football, and I can attribute that to a whole lot of things. Basically, exposure. How many basketball courts do you see? And football. You know, you can go play football or in the street for all of that. When you play baseball, you have to have a bunch of guys. I played football with 3 people, or 4 guys, in a parking lot. You know what? I love baseball, and I grew up in the Bronx. But where I grew up in the Bronx, you know what? There weren't a lot, if any, baseball fields. You play basketball. You know what? And that's part of the problem. And I don't think you go about addressing it in that way. Especially imposters. I don't think that was your intention, but that was a bad way to put it. Next time, just be quiet. If you're going to do something or you want to make a point, I know there's the RBI, which is something about establishing baseball in urban areas. Go ahead and do that. Ballyhoo that. Stand on a soapbox and let everybody know, hey, all you black kids, I'm a black guy. You guys can play baseball too if it matters that much to you. But you don't go around calling people imposters. What Latino players, how they get signed and how they develop has nothing to do with black players. Does it have a little bit to do? Yes, but not directly. So now to say that the owners and the teams want to sign Latino players because it's cheaper, now you're running yourself into trouble. The best way to make a point is through actions, not words. You're killing yourself calling guys imposters. Cut it out. If you want to see blacks in baseball, go down to 125th Street, go stand in Dade County, and go let everybody know, hey, you guys can play baseball. Next time, just shut up about it. Now, going on to this Milton Bradley guy. Hell of a name. Just makes me think Monopoly. Now, look, Milton Bradley, this guy said he was a prisoner in his home. He got hate mail. Some of it was racist while he played for the Chicago Cubs. Which he stunk up, by the way. You know what? You can't help what anybody else does. If people hate you, people are going to hate you. People don't like me. I think it's great. Works for me. Doesn't matter. You know what, Milton? Just keep it shut. You're in Seattle. Start fresh. Start anew. If people hate you, I mean, not everybody's going to like you. If it's hate mail, unfortunately, we live in a world that is full of hate. You got to live with it, regardless of how fair or unfair it is. Life's not fair. And you know what, Milton? The GM of the Cubs shot back and said, man, maybe you should look in the mirror about your actual performance before you go and talk about the fans here in Chicago. You know, that's a parting shot. That's a give and take. All you guys just need to know, black, white, Latino, Asian, regardless of where you're from, just shut up and go play baseball, basketball, or football. Athletes generally don't do well when they have to open up their mouths and voice their opinions. Go make actions, go do things in the community. Make your point that way. That's good awareness. Don't put your foot in your mouth. This is JR. This is a Sport Brief. Drop your comments, your information, your knowledge. What do you think about these comments? Why aren't there any blacks in baseball? And why do these athletes not shut up? I am out. JRSportBrief@gmail.com. Peace.